You like to act like you had the worst childhood of all time. Yet you had a Millennium Falcon, a video camera, and the time and attention of your grandparents
Let me tell
to
you
watch
something,
your D-list
because here's
films.
the deal. If I didn't entertain them, I didn't get to eat. So that's the only way they would allow me to have dinner.
Really?
You got something to show us? Otherwise, go to the doghouse.
Really? Yes. Okay. Well, surprise,
No,
I've
the
got your
funny thing
grandmother
is-
on the phone.
I put my grandfather, the Reverend Eugene Hampton, who was the pillar of his community. This guy, I'm telling you, there's no better guy ever on the planet. I mean, you talk about straight and narrow. This guy makes Andy Griffith look like Al Pacino in Scarface. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And speaking of, I needed him to play a gangster in a movie I shot.
I've seen it. It was in theaters.
Yes. And I had him doing cocaine. I had him tasting cocaine. It was hilarious. And all he was a full-time farmer. Well, he was a full-time minister and full-time farmer. This guy doesn't know what cocaine is. And I got a sugar pack, and I just tell him what to do, and he did it. He loved it. He was a ham. He also had a proclivity for dressing up as a woman on Halloween.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? Well, good.
Because I remember the story I told you where his best friend was really sick, and he hated when Paul, that's what I called him, dressed up as a woman. He hated
For the first
that.
several years that we were friends and you would talk about Pa, I swear I thought you said Paul every time.
Yeah, no, Paul.
And so I thought how weird he called his grandmother, what'd you call
Grandmother, Nanny.
Nanny and Paul.
Nanny and
And I was always like, well, because you say Paul. And I always thought you were saying Paul. And I was
No.
like, you didn't like him, y'all weren't close.
Yeah, but I would, anyway. So
Sure, back to you.
Back to me. So he would go visit him on Halloween and it would irritate him because he didn't want to see his buddy dressed up as a woman.
Right.
Well, one time he didn't come to the door and they said, well, he's not doing well. He's in the bed sick. So Paul went in there, full drag, and
It's Halloween. What's the problem?
by the bedside, knelt down to pray
Right.
for his friend.
Right.
And then when he said amen and finished, his friend looked at him and said, Gene, how far do you think that prayer is going to go with you looking like that?
Oh, no.
I love
Well,
that story.
old man. What are you going to do? I like it. I like it. I like a dedication to Halloween.